Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Unit Review for Parc Clematis. Today, I'll actually be going through with everyone the 3-bedroom review. Okay, so without further ado, let's go straight into it. Okay, as usual, I've actually circled out the stacks for 3-bedroom in red here. Okay, so let me get my cursor up. Okay, so for obvious reasons, once again, I would say that you have actually learned probably some tips from my previous review that which stack is potentially the least ideal. So for this one, I believe you can straight away identify that 53 is actually the least ideal because it's facing the tennis court, where there will be lights and noise in the evening, and you are facing the AYE as well. And later when I'm going through the floor plan, you can actually see there's an added disadvantage to stack 53, why I would say is the least ideal. Okay, and as for the rest of them, they are actually all mostly facing the AYE and Clementi Avenue 6 exchange, which I don't recommend as well. Okay, so I'd like to bring your attention to this partially blank space, together obscured by my face. Okay, this is actually Regent Park condo. It's a pretty old condo, so most likely few years down the road, we can safely assume that most likely it will get en bloc as well. Okay, so if you are staying in this stack, most likely potentially you'll be facing future construction. Of course, it's not permanent. Okay, but besides the fact, let's say it doesn't get en bloc, you'll be looking to somebody else's house, potentially, unless of course you get the highest floor unit possible. Okay, also for this stack 30, you'll be looking into stack 17, which is least ideal as well. Okay, so you may be wondering, hey, stack 13 is actually good, why not? But again, like previously what I've shared for stack 14 and 15 is actually facing the main vehicle entrance. Okay, so I wouldn't say that it's a good thing. Personally, I don't like it. Second, for my dear friends with feng shui belief, 13 is also not a very nice number to have lah. So for obvious reasons, 13 I wouldn't say will make the cut lah. Okay, so for the best stack here is actually 9. Why 9, you may ask? It's simply because it has an unblocked view of the entire main pool, which they have actually called it a beach pool. You can actually see from here that the landscape consultant is probably going to make it into some sort of beach, man-made beach like pool. So you can actually imagine and visualize that the view for stack 9 will be quite spectacular, given that it's actually even not blocked by any of not block F, not block A, is 8A, is not blocked by any of the nearby stacks. So it actually has a close to 180 degree unblocked view, I would say. So it should be quite spectacular, and the nearest block is actually quite a distance away, which is 8A. So I don't think it will be much of a concern, frankly speaking, to have an unblocked view of the pool. Okay, so let's go into the floor plans. Okay, so you can actually see from the floor plans that layout wise, they are all very, 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 very similar, I would say. The main key difference here is that there's actually an enclosed kitchen. So for my dear friends who actually like to cook a lot, this is welcome good news for you. With enclosed kitchen, of course you can keep out the smell, you can keep out the smoke, and of course you can keep your kids out from kitchen while you're preparing your meals. which is added advantage for friends who actually cook. Okay, so from here you can see that the standard, the layout is really very standard. From the main door you come in, that will be your kitchen. Okay, so you bypass the kitchen, obviously next is always dining, then living, and then of course you have your lovely balcony, and then also the bedroom 3, bedroom 2, and the master bedroom, of course with the attached bath for the master bedroom. So this is actually your guest toilet. Okay, size wise, the smallest one would go down all the way to 829. I wouldn't say this is a very ideal size lah, but of course you obviously will be paying more for bigger space lah. And then we go to type 2 and 3. Okay, now we actually come to, I like to bring your attention to 53. Just now I mentioned that stack 53 is actually the least ideal of all. Okay, so you see here in the brochure, if you have actually downloaded the brochure, you can scrutinize it as you are watching this. You can see that the brochure, they actually orientate you towards the north and the south. Okay, so stack 53 is actually right here for block 8E. You can actually see that 53, they actually pointed it out. Where my cursor is, 53 is actually right there. So you do notice that towards the south is actually where the AYE is. Okay, and based on this compass, which obviously will not change no matter what, your balcony is having a full view of the entire AYE. So besides the noise, the dust, I wouldn't say it's ideal. And something else that you have to take note, okay, most of the units, okay, in this development are not going to have much of a west sun, except those, if you orientate yourself from here, right, except those that is actually facing in the west, obviously. So for those facing the west, so for this, you can actually see that the bedroom 2, the windows here is actually direct west sun. Of course, you can always mitigate this issue with aircon, with blackout curtains, okay, with good quality blackout curtains. And of course, Monday to Fridays, most likely you'll be out, you'll only be back in the evening after work, so it wouldn't affect you that much. But the weekends will be quite an issue. That's the time where you'll be at home enjoying your family time, right? So that's one thing to note. Secondly, we firmly believe that every unit has actually its own unique points, unique selling points. So no two units are the same. Even units in the same stack are not entirely the same, by virtue of the height. One could be on the 9th floor, one could be on the 10th floor, so it's actually very different. So here we do not recommend to get this stack, to be very, very frank with you, because ultimately future buyers will always discount your unit when it comes to west sun. They always say that, oh, the unit has west sun, blah blah blah. So you can actually, from here, from the layout here, you can actually see that those units that's facing towards the west, like even 29, even 38, they are also going to get some form of west sun in the bedroom 2, which not ideal lah, frankly speaking. Okay, for the size wise, you can actually see that again, it's really not much difference except 30 square feet. Of course, 30 square feet could potentially cost a lot more, but what I'm saying is, in terms of the usability of space, one slight advantage for this layout is that you have a longer entrance hallway, whereby you'll be able to actually install some extra shoe cabinets, which is pretty advantageous. But besides that, you can actually see that there's not much difference. Kitchen, dining, living, then same thing. You'll be cutting through the common room and then back into the master room. Okay, so next, type 4. Okay, Type 4 is where, again, 61, you can actually see from here, if you downloaded the brochure, 61 is actually having a full west sun in the bedroom 3. Okay, hit and miss lah. I mean, frankly speaking, if you ask me, bedroom 2 and bedroom 3, they are both common rooms. There's no difference. Either one of them hit the west sun, it will be less than ideal for the potential future buyer. So I wouldn't recommend that. Okay, and yeah. So for the next two, the last two configuration. Okay. So once again, you can see here there are actually not much difference, okay, except for the enclosed kitchen. Okay, so 13, again, you'll be getting a bit of west sun from here. Okay, also your balcony will be facing the main entrance. Of course, some people will say that it's not an issue, we are not going to hang out at the balcony every single day. Then of course, then that will be best for you lah. So 13, if you want a pretty much unblocked view, 13, if the number is not a concern to you lah, 13, you can consider 13, except that you have to take note that this bedroom 3 once again is going to get a bit of west sun from here, the window. Okay. Okay, now we come to stack 9. Okay, before I move on, block 8, once again, in the previous videos that I've shared, for block 8, okay, certain configuration, especially up to 3 bedroom, are actually going to be, the highest is only going to be 17. Okay, because anything higher than that is actually reserved for the 4 and the 5 bedroom lah. So this is something that you have to take note. So why do I recommend stack 9 in this case is simply because you can safely say that regardless of which level you are on for stack 9, you will be having a full unblocked view of the main pool in your balcony and your bedroom 2 and your master bedroom. So this is something that you really have to look out for when you're choosing the 3-bedroom configuration, because your future buyer will potentially look out for this kind of advantage and plus point. And then you are facing south, so you'll be having quite a good breeze, I must say. Okay, and also the size, 915 square feet, is actually very ideal for a 3-bedroom. I would say it's actually quite decent in fact. And then you notice that this one has a proper entrance and hallway entrance into the dining hall itself. So once again, this extra space will be very useful for you, for family especially, whereby you can just put on your shoe here. Yeah. Okay, that's about it for me for now. Okay, I hope you actually like this sharing and you like this video. In the next video, I'll actually be going through with you the 3-bedroom premium. Okay, if you find this video useful, do share with your friends and do subscribe to our channel. And if you have any comments, feel free to comment below, and I'll actually see you in my next review. Okay, bye.